Can you say anything about the lineup that you're going to
We haven't decided. Andy's starting, so is he staying the whole game or not? We still have to go discuss that. Besides that, it's right now we got a few decisions we want to make. So I want to check also with the therapist which guy is perfectly healthy, which guy would benefit from a day off.
How close to a full lineup would you be for tomorrow?
Oh, far. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got too many guys to see. Yeah. We'll have. I'd say the next two games, we're gonna have a lot of guys that fighting for spots that we need to see. So we'll be far from having our lineup.
Would Dzingel be ready?
No. Dzingel won't play a game until minimum Winnipeg. So hopefully we can put him in and he plays the last two games. That would be the hope right now.
Is that a good thing, Coach, that you've got some decisions to make? You're halfway through sort of training camp and you've got some tough decisions.
It's very good, but being honest, at some point, you want to get going with your guys because there's after these two games, there's only two games left, and that's not a lot to have everybody play and get going and make sure that the first game of the year that we're at our best. So. Yeah, after these two games, it'll be pressing to get the guys that are basically making the team or borderline, maybe one or two guys. Yeah.
Eric Broussard closer perhaps than anticipated at this point?
Yes. Yes.
You still have to wait till October 5th with him, though?
Not necessarily. It's gone so well that things have been accelerated, but it will depend on the surgeon. If he feels that it's completely ready to go, then we're going. But we're not gonna fool around with that. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. If we get the okay, he'll be okay to go.
But he'll see the surgeon before October 5th, because
yes.
Okay, and now would he need some practice time with physical contact?
Yes, but we're not talking about 2 weeks, because he's already he's physical. The other guys are not physical on him. So that's where we're at right now. So he's not allowed to take checks and stuff like that, but he's allowed to bump. He's allowed to. He's been like that for a long time. So that's why it's gone so good, so well. Therapists have done an unbelievable job with him, and he's worked really hard. Like he's done extra. He's done everything since day one. So it's pretty impressive, and we'll wait and see when we get the okay, and hopefully it's before the 5th, so we have a few days for him to test. Hard physicality, but if it's not, then it's not. We'll wait. But it's going very well for him. But I'm not saying he's playing on the first game. But right now, there's a big chance that we're closer than we thought.
Okay. Are you bringing back some guys from the Velvet group for the game
tomorrow? Yes. Yeah. That's why when I say we're separating, it doesn't mean that they're cut. It just meant that we needed to have a manageable number of guys to practice. We already have 5 lines right now, and that's already too much. So it's the borderline. That's why we couldn't have more guys than that. So yeah, so there'll be guys from the other group coming into the game for sure. Not yet, because there's one person. It's between one and another, and we got to go have a discussion on that.
Kyle Turris, would we be playing tomorrow, or did you already say no?
No, at first we wanted him to play, and we thought we put him in the lineup tomorrow, but then there's too many of those young guys that we need to see, so we pushed him to Monday. So for sure, he's playing the last 3 games. So Monday, so that's the one guy I can tell you. He's playing Monday. He's playing Monday.
Is that the number that you looked at coming into the camp, that for a veteran like him, that 3 games would be enough?
Oh God, yes. Yeah, especially him. I mean, he's such a good professional here early, and I mean, he's trained really hard, and he looks really good out there. And right now, the other thing too is we're trying to save our centers. Pajot the other day, the same thing. Like we're trying to, because we didn't know what was going on with Broussard. If you lose one more, then it would be. I'll be honest with you, it'd be close to panic time. So now knowing Broussard's doing well. The number of young guys we need to see. Reinhardt, played well the other day, so I mean, there's a chance we have him in the lineup tomorrow now. So there's a guy that could be in the lineup, but we haven't decided yet. But he's played well enough for us to maybe take another look at him. Obviously, the Browns and Shaplicks are with us, Formingtons and those guys, they could be in that game tomorrow. But there's so many young guys to look at now that I got to take guys out. And to be honest with you, Turry's the first guy I want to take out. Yeah. Big time. We can't afford to lose Brass and Turry and your top two centers and hope that you're going to be able to perform the same. It's unrealistic. So.
Do you have to talk to him about not trying to do too much without a Broussard in the lineup and without a Carlson in the lineup, or is that
No, because I think what happens is once you start thinking that way in games, that's where guys get injured. They hesitate here and there. They don't play their game, and then they do things they don't normally would do. So obviously, I don't want him a penalty kill, getting a shot on a 5-on-3 and break an ankle and stuff like that. But it's my job not to put him out there. Mm-hmm. At the end of games, like I did the first game here, we were up by quite a bit, and I decided most of our vets could have had a barbecue on the bench the last 5 minutes. So, but that's what we have to manage. So, but you don't want to tell a guy to play a different way, because then my experience is that's where it becomes dangerous.
When you look at Church, how valuable is he to the coach here, to this team?
Well, I mean, he's had a terrific season last year. It's the most goals he's ever had. You saw what he's able to do in the playoffs. He played really hard for us, and he did a great job for power play. And so I think with a guy that can skate like that, that's a good professional. You can't. You got to be happy about what you have, because it's centers are pillars with the forwards. You go goaltender, number one player, then your top 4 Ds, then your centers. And then the rest. You're happy to get great wingers, of course. You're happy to get a terrific fifth defenseman and all that. That's for sure. To win, you need a lot of depth. But when you lose your centers, you're in trouble. Like it's not just the face-offs that they take. It's the puck possession that they give you. It's the smarts, and you want to put your wingers center, but it's very difficult for them to be able to do that job. And that's why, for me, you can stack up on as many centers as you can, and then you put them wing, and that's never an issue. The opposite is an issue. And so protect your centers. Is that important? Yeah.
Would you like to give Andrew Hammond into a game?
I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'm relying on what the goalie coach is telling me and what my GM is telling me concerning the goalie situation. So it's there's a bigger picture there, and contract issues and things that I personally don't control. So in that regard, I'd like to defer a bit to the goalie coach and to the GM to see what we need to do as an organization. For me personally, I think right now, Andy's getting what he needs, and Kondo is getting what he needs, and I think after that come the other considerations, and that's probably the best way I can put it.